Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you had an absolutely fantastic day. Let's get back into more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Why isn't... There we go. My mouse is scrolling up. For some reason, it seemed to be stuck for a moment. All right. So we just finished clearing out the tower.
This way.
Or clearing the outside of the tower, rather. A pale and frightened elf looks at you warily. His face is twisted into a grimace like he just ate something slimy. Hey, who are you? Praise Baphomet. What are you doing here? Did Faxon send you? I heard a noise outside, but I was busy making a list of the relics. Did something happen? Who are you? I am Telmer, the scribe, and senior aide to Lord Xanthier, the plagued one. And do forgive me, but Faxon has been assigned to this command, has he not? Where is he? What are you doing here? I'm compiling a list of the valuable Crusader artifacts. Lord Xanthier has ordered that everything of use should be transported from Kennebreth and saved from the looting and destruction. We chose the museum as the place to collect and sort through the trophies. Unfortunately, the local thieves have proved even quicker off the mark than the demons. They ransacked the museum in the first few hours of the assault, but there are some objects of interest among the exhibits they left behind. The museum custodian has been kind enough to advise me on those. But where's Faxon? Where's the museum custodian? Over in the gallery. I deceived him. I told him I was a crusader. It wasn't difficult. The old geezer's out of his mind. So tell me, where's Faxon? And I'm demon, but I don't care about Crusader or relics. So yeah, clear off before I kill you. By the way, this seems like a really, really weird option if you're playing as a lawful good or just a good character in general. Like you don't talk like that. I feel like they should add another option here to try to just deceive him and send him on his way. But I digress. Clear off before I kill you. The half elf pitches forward, but then grabs his bag and leaps away from you. You're lying. You want me to come closer so you can steal the papers that have been entrusted to me, and I wouldn't be able to destroy them if I did that. The half elf leaps back nimbly, pulling a sheaf of papers from his bag as he goes, No, I have valuable letters from Lord Xanthier here. I must destroy them. The cultist balls the pages up in his fist and shoves them into his mouth, then begins furiously chewing like a hamster. A moment later, the half-elf's eyes bulge and he opens his mouth, which is stuffed with masticated paper. He tries to cough, but nothing comes out. The failed saboteur looks at you in desperation. His eyes are streaming, his face is growing paler by the second, and he falls to his knees. A strangled wheeze emerges from behind the wad of wet paper. His expressions veer from the hilarious to the grotesque as he signals to you for help. Windowog, watching the half-elf suffering, snorts and bursts into brazen laughter. Evil silently watched the half-elf gasp for breath. The half-elf falls into convulsions, scrabbling at his throat. For all that time, he looks at you in terror, the bystander to his horrific demise. What an idiot. God has punished them all. At least we can see the kind of mind that swears allegiance to a demon lord. I wish all cultists were as dumb as this one. At least the wretch did one good thing in his life, giving us a little entertainment before he popped his clogs, Darius says in a bored monotone. He was in pain and so scared. Is that funny? It's hysterical. The comedic performance of the year, replies the Count with no trace of mirth. It all ends quickly. The half-elf's lifeless eyes stare up at you in silent rebuke. See that? And the dagger, okay. All right, now let's get to clearing this tower out. The copper vessel and the oil inside it were sacrificed by Rayleigh's, priest of Iamadei, and faithful crusader. This item was donated to the museum by Rayleigh's fellows in arms. More details in the museum almanac. His helmet belonged to Bathistas Scorisia, paralictor of the Order of the Gate, and one of the first Hell Knights to serve his duty as a crusader. This item was donated to the museum by Queen Galfrey. More details in the museum almanac. This is a claw taken from Terendelev, the silver dragon and protector of Kenabres. It was cut off by demons when Terendelev heroically saved a group of ambushed crusaders from certain death. This item was donated to the museum by the Town Hall of Kenabres. 75%, 100%.
I am helpful, am I not?
All right. Lady Calendra's chain shirt. That's better what she has on right now. That's better than what she has on right now. Plus 2 bonus on. This doesn't really help her, but still, I'll throw it on her anyway. And let's see, what is she using? Glaive. But I think long term, we'll switch to something else. The wand of the famous mage Sarkoris, who made his name during the heroic and tragic siege of the Lost Chapel. This item was donated to the museum by Sarkoris' apprentice mage Teldor. More details in the museum almanac. 80%.
I hope you appreciate this.
Well, hello there.
I found something.
Open your heart to me. I am helpful, am I not? I am helpful, am I not? I hope you appreciate this.
Awesome. So they've got several little sequences like that where you see the traps, but you can't directly get to them. And then sometimes there are traps that you're supposed to directly interface with. So the game kind of keeps you on your toes when it comes to that.
I am helpful, am I not?
Awesome. Oh, wait. And great. Grace of peace. Decimation. Just in case I hadn't shown you those already, I'll try to do a better job of remembering to show you all the unique armor and weapons that I get. That stuff sold. Sell that. Stuff to sell and ingredients. Nothing special there. Okay. The old man, looking around absent-mindedly, shrinks away as you get closer. His head seems to shake uncontrollably, but his hands are surprisingly deft and assured as they level a magic wand at you. Stay back! Which are you, robber or demon? Lower the wand, or else. The old man goggles at you in terror, but he doesn't lower his wand. A rustling comes from somewhere behind him. Rats. The old man wheels around fearfully and peers in the direction the sound came from. The hand holding the wand gradually falls to his side. When he turns back to you, there is no fear in his expression, only vague confusion. I'm sorry, I was distracted. What were we talking about? Who are you? The old man lowers his wand in confusion. I think. His expression grows distraught and mournful as he is on the verge of crying. I forget. His gaze falls on a piece of cloth carefully stitched to his cloak, which reads, Teldor, Tower of Estrad Museum Custodian. Aha! I am Teldor, the custodian here. My memory isn't what it once was. My faculties are failing me. But at one time, my mind could cut like a diamond. I was a battle mage, one of the few who survived the Battle of the Lost Chapel. But I'm an old man now. Sometimes I set down my keys one moment, and the next, I can't remember where I've put them. With a pleased smile, the old man puts a hefty set of keys from his pocket and proudly shows them to you. Here they are, my keys, my little lovelies. I would never give you away to anyone. Remembering himself, the old man hastily stows the keys back in his pocket. The Lost Chapel? Ah, this old fellow was there. That his mind was damaged isn't surprising. What's surprising is that the old codger can still speak at all. In the entire history of the Crusades, which aren't exactly uplifting, this is one of the bloodiest chapters. Some time ago, I want to know what became of the abandoned fortifications and estates the Crusaders left behind. I read through the accounts of the Lost Chapel veterans. Now that was a real bloodbath. What are the keys for? Oh, these keys are for everything. I can open every door in the Tower of Estrad with these. The museum custodian on duty must carry these keys at all times and never be parted from them, not even for a second. And why is that? Because if the keys were left unattended, they would be pinched by thieves, wouldn't they? Thieves who stripped the museum of all its treasures. Give me the keys. Out of the question. According to museum protocol, the custodian does not have the right to hand over the keys to another. I am personally responsible for the safety of the exhibits and the storeroom. Chaotic, Trickery 16, Steel keys. Hey, what's behind you? Teldor looks around fearfully, and as he does, your fingers slip silently into his pocket. When the custodian turns back to you, the large bunch of keys is already tucked safely into your belt. Teldor shakes his head in confusion. Why did the demons spare you? The museum custodian looks at you in stark surprise. Demons? There have been no demons in this museum. I heard them breaking into the tower, but then everything went quiet. Then a very polite young fellow came along, a half-elf. He said Kennebress was under attack, but that the Crusaders had already recaptured the tower. He said he'd been sent to oversee the evacuation of the museum. He was very pleased to find me here. I've proved a very useful resource. I showed him all the most valuable relics, explained what they were, and he wrapped them up, labeled them, and carried them off somewhere. And I've been here all this time. The old man gives the keys a satisfied shake. I locked the doors and stood guard to make sure no demon got in. But I've not seen one of them, haven't heard any either. I've grown hard of hearing over the years. Windwalk wrinkles her nose in disgust. Maybe the short lifespans of my people isn't a curse, but a blessing. At least we never lived long enough to turn into something so pathetic. That half-elf was a demon worshiper. The old man frowns in confusion. What do you mean, demon worshiper? That fine young lad, so well-dressed, so polite? But he said the Crusaders... Oh my word! The relics! We must go after them! The old man works himself into a state, bitterly lamenting as he roots through his many pockets. But the outburst doesn't last long. The motion of his hand slows and awareness fades from his eyes. He stares off into the distance and then looks at you, wets his lips, and sheepishly inquires, Sorry, did you say something? What happened here? The old man bursts into agitated muttering, gesticulating furiously with shaking hands. First, the bell started ringing, and then there were noises in the street. Then the dragon, Lady Terendelev, began to roar. I went to lock the door, but they were already inside, the thieves. There were 7 of them, or perhaps 10, I don't remember. They were talking some rubbish about how they were all orphans, supposedly, and that they were dangerous. They grabbed me and wouldn't let me go, and then they looted the place. They took anything with even a lick of gold on it, relics too. The museum boasts a very extensive collection, you know. And, worst of all, they took the wand. And when they were done, they tossed me aside like a piece of old junk. They didn't even bother to kill me. The museum custodian looks at you with affront and anguish in his eyes. What wand did the thieves steal? The wand of Sarkoris, my master. He was a great man, the hero of the defense of the Lost Chapel. And those scoundrels took his wand, a relic. ballads are sung about Sarkoris, and they're just damn thieves. Master Sarkoris will return, and he will assemble all of us, his students, and we'll show them. I'll show them what Battle Mage Teldor is made of. Fury sparks in the old man's eyes, his spine straightens, and in a fluid motion his hands raise his wand at the ready. But a howl of rage from outside frightens off the ghost of the past. The old man turns around and looks at you in befuddlement. You were just asking me about something. I forgot what it was. Where can I find these robbers? The old man throws up his hands. I haven't the foggiest. They're thieves. They know out-of-the-way places where they won't be found. That's where they are, if they're still alive. But they won't be in the city. I heard them talking amongst themselves about how they need to get out of Kennebrest before the demons wipe them out. Are you all right? The poor old man smiles piteously and makes a helpless gesture. Old age, my young friend. Old age and the poison of fear seeping into my mind. Both have turned me from a crusader and battle mage into the sorry specimen you see before you. This museum is all I have. Whenever I forget who and where I am, I just read the exhibit labels. They are of the past, just like me. And now some ruffians have ransacked this place. I'm frightened, my young friend. I'm very frightened. Don't be afraid, the girl whispers. There's nothing to be afraid of. All the scary things have already happened. They're in the past. The old man nods, but continues his agitated motions. Scary. So scary. Tell me about the museum exhibits. The old man seems to come to life. It would take a lifetime to tell you all there is to know, but I'll take you on a tour of the highlights, some of my personal favorites. You should have a look yourself. You won't regret it. For instance, we have a painting here depicting angels fighting demons. Now, you may find it hard to believe, but in the first Crusades, many heavenly beings fought shoulder to shoulder with the Crusaders. And these two in the painting are Torgona and Lario, the Silver Twins as they were called. I actually met them, you know. When I was a young man studying under Master Sarkoris, they had no airs or graces about them. They walked among the mortals, they spoke to us, they healed our wounds. Lady Torgona I remember especially well. She had a special, unearthly wisdom within her. The angel Lario, on the other hand, was known for his daring, and the youngest Crusaders idolized him. I wonder where they are now, the twins. We don't have celestial beings in our ranks anymore. They all left sometime during the Second Crusade on a very important mission, they say. But I do love looking at this painting and remembering those days when envoys of the heavens walked among us and the light that seemed to shine from within them. The old man wipes his eyes. What was I saying? You must be a messenger, yes? Or are you a visitor? Why did those times end? Why do the Celestials not fight with us still? Heaven has not abandoned us, surely. Heaven is above us, far, far away. Everyone there is good, I heard, but they can't see us from all the way up there. They don't want to help. Fine, there's no need. Relying on the help of others is a weakness. We'll win on our own. That's right. We'll win on our own. There's nothing else we can do. Lore, religion check passed. You said that the angels Torgona and Lario are twins, but how can angels have siblings? That's a good question. Of course, angels are not born like mortals, so they can't have a mother and father or sisters and brothers as we understand them. Angels come into being from reincarnated souls or from the pure essence of the upper planes. Sometimes, angels may adopt some features of mortals. For instance, they can identify as male or female, although that is not generally their way. Some of them can also develop bonds of camaraderie or even of kinship. But the case of the Silver Twins is rare still. They are two angels who emerge from one soul. What else should they call themselves if not twins? The old man smiles, seemingly satisfied with his speech, but within moments, his vacant expression is back in place, all awareness gone from his eyes. I have to go. The old man's bewildered gaze follows you as you go. right. That's done. Now we can head back. Is that the gate? No, that's not the gate either. Where's the gate? Here we go. Now we can head back and give Irabeth the good news. For some reason, even when the gate is open, they still make you walk all the way around. I have suggested this as a bug so that they can get it fixed. Anytime now. All right. And right, there's nothing down here. I think I still need to visit those two, but we'll do that after we do this. What now?
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Oh, this should be simple. Okay.
The world in crimson.
Excellent. Boom, boom, boom. All right. No, that might be bad. I might have learned a bad lesson here.
Some fun.
I did. All right. So, word to the wise. You do not have enough time to do that. Go to the tower and then come back to Irabeth. You've got to be quicker on the draw. Oh, wow. Learn something every day. The young soldier wipes the blood spatter from his face with a shaking hand. By Amadei, I'm alive. Whew. Felt like I had half the abyss and Areelu herself on my tail back there. Why would they send such a weakling? It's a miracle he hasn't mauled on the way here. The strong and the brave were cut down in the first few hours. Now it's only us left, the weak and the frightened. We will have to work miracles. I'm not weak and I'm not frightened. Neither are you. I can tell, even though you pretend otherwise. The soldier sucks in a breath and releases it, clenching his fist to conquer the tremors. Commander Tirabade sent me to get you. And thank all the good gods I found you before it's too late. The commander wants you to come back and help protect the defender's heart right away. What happened? Demons. The demons are closing in on the tavern. They'll soon have us surrounded. I almost didn't make it past them to come get you. They could strike at any moment. What are we waiting for? Let's go. Yes, let's go. We'll show those beasts. The Crusader tries to summon up his courage, but his face is paler than a sheet and his hands are shaking again. Oh, well. So really, you're supposed to go to the tower and then come back and let Irabeth know that the demons are planning an assault. And that way she can be prepared. I don't know what prepared actually means in this situation, though, to be honest with you. So maybe this is not going to matter that much in the long term, but probably nothing good. You can't cast spells. All right. Her spells are still horrible. Nothing we can do about that. All right. Your hope and bravery call to people, Sela, but if their hopes don't come true and their fates don't change for the better, what can you give them instead? If I give someone hope, that's enough. It means I'm making a difference. Without hope, there is only death. There's no changing things for the better if you're already dead. Let's get this done.
This way.
Oh, no, 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 no. Irabeth's sword has been honed to razor sharpness. She is on edge, evident in the way she checks the fastenings on her armor over and over. Thank you for coming to our aid. Ready yourself. The attack is imminent. Unfortunately for us, one of your colleagues numbers among the cultists, a master alchemist called Otherubu. According to my sources, he came to the city only recently and has already managed to prepare a whole cart full of incendiaries. I doubt he'll show up here himself, but I bet his apprentices will be trying to burn the defender's heart to the ground. They must be stopped at any cost. I'll be relying on you for that. I don't fully understand the powers you wield. They don't look like the divine magic I know. That means I can't give you proper tactical advice except for one thing. Be on your guard. You can expect to be fighting a swarm of enemies who will attack from every direction. We are expecting an entire horde of enemies, and they're going to swarm us from all sides like rats. Your speed and agility will be useful. You may well need to move quickly to repel all their attacks. What's the situation? We're primed and ready to defend this place. The enemy is keeping quiet, but don't be fooled by the law. The demons have the tavern surrounded. They can strike at any moment. Is there time for me to rest before the battle? I hope so. Go, restore your strength. You'll need it. I need a little more time to prepare. Go on. I'm going to need everyone in top form when the fighting starts. Just want to do a quick save. Start the battle. I'm ready to defend this place. I am a day help us all. This battle won't be easy. All right. Yeah, nice to have a cleric. And yeah, I guess I could roll with this squad. Dun, 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 dun. So I don't see a real difference between warning her and not warning her. Maybe that'll be in the full game. There's still guys on the tower, there's still people to defend. Kill the arsonist. Yeah, that's something they do a better job now. In the first version of the beta, I don't think they really made it clear that the arsonists are the problem.
I hate the voice of the spirit.
You kind of just figured that out. Found it out on your own.
That's right.
Skip the pleasantries.
I will fight.
Take that.
Yeah, his armor isn't up there yet. It is what it is. Ooh, 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 ooh.
I'll cut you
There we
wide
go.
open.
The inheritor. Guide my flame. This kill is for you.
Who is that? Oh. You little bastard. Okay. That's done. Not come from anywhere else, right? Okay, cool. So then, yeah. Come together. Excellent.
Remember my name.
All right, round two. No, don't go up them stairs. Unless one of them little Arcanists is up here. Nope. So, stay down here.
Burn! Slice!
Fine.
Behead!
Here we go.
Out of my sight!
Come on.
The spirits demand your blood.
Excellent. That's them. Darian is getting hit. How is Darian getting hit?
No match for me.
May I see your entrails, please?
Crap.
Is inglorious.
I should have already been healing him. There we go. Heal yourself. Do that again. Did I hear fire? There we go. Oh, there we go. They're already over there dealing with them. Excellent.
Sacrifice.
Excellent. And here we go to round 3. All right. Relatively good on health.
Without risk.
All I see is blackness.
Ooh, that's ugly. Excellent.
I will see to
That.
your demise.
Continue fighting.
And we're done. Nice. Wasn't bad at all. Ember suffered a crippling wound right at the end there, but that's okay. Victory! Kennebrez bites back and our teeth are sharp. Irabeth is glowing with zeal and she raises her fist in triumph. Now we take the fight to them. I swear by my tail that was a great battle. The cultists won't forget that anytime soon. Those who survived it, I mean. That's right, we taught them a lesson. Irabeth smiles. What are our losses? Minimal. The battle wasn't easy, but thanks to you, we chewed them up and spat them out again. They thought they could break us, but they only bolstered our spirits. Will there be another attack? I doubt it. Demons aren't famed for their organization. We'll strike a blow at the great garrison long before they regroup for a new assault. Congratulations on the victory. It wouldn't have been possible without you. That reminds me, we found this among the attackers' remains. This trophy rightfully belongs to you. Nicely done. Now our goal is to rout the demons in the great garrison just like we did here. Ooh, and a level up. And I missed a book apparently. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Save here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and this is level 4, so we'll get one more in Vivisectionist. Increase strength, of course. Same skills we had before. Feral Mutagen, which is going to give me 2 claw attacks and a bite attack. I will take it. Definitely don't need reduce person. So I guess I'll take True Strike. Awesome. I have greater person. Awesome. Okay. And who's on my team? Darian is. We'll get another round of Oracle for him. Keep those skills. I don't care. I'm not going to be using you long. Well, I might end up using him long term, but I'll probably need to respect him. And grabbing whole person. No, not whole person. Bull strength. That's +4, right? What is this? Wait. Yeah, okay, cool. And that's +4, right? Yep. +4. We'll take that. Then Ember. What you got going on? Charisma makes sense. I am good with your choice in skill points. Not good with healing. No, thank you. I want fortune or evil eye or misfortune. You know, we'll go with fortune for now. And no, you are not a healer. In fact, become frightened. You know what? Yeah, why not? We'll use that. Go. Then window up. Your stuff should be straightforward. Keep pumping dexterity. Perception and nature. Oh, that's right. I need to respect you with mobility. That's fine. Yeah, we'll get weapon. Oh, no, that's just damage rolls. Oh, yeah, this takes a -1 to range attack. So, yeah, we'll stick with damage. We'll hold off for a little bit before we take that -1. Camellia. Oh, that's right. We respect you to brown fur. This might not work with your attributes, though, now that I think about it. But we'll see. You already have, let's see, mage armor and magic missile. We'll take that. Powerful change. Right, but we're still at level 1 spells, right? So she can't really use powerful change yet. That's the one that, just want to check that real quick. That's the one that increases the attribute points, right? Right, ability score, the bonus increases by 2. Right, okay. Spell book. That's fine. And then for our Arcanist. Alright. There, that, and no, we'll give you magic missile instead. Awesome. Okay, and Sela finally. You should be increasing strength. Yeah. Okay, you got your list of spells. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okie dokie. And now, spell book. Mine is already taken care of. You're taken care of. You're taken care of. You don't have spells. You already took care of just now. You are taken care of now. Excellent.
So many thoughts, so little time.
Nenio, why are you trying to calculate the speed of a crowd of peasants chasing after a thief who stole a goose and 2 apples? Who needs to know that?
Oh, it is very important information. If I had known it at the beginning of the experiment, I would have abandoned the heavy goose right away. All right. Klaem seems remarkably at ease. His face is untroubled, as if his life and the lives of everyone else in the tavern aren't hanging by a thread, as he reads a dog-eared book and makes notes in the margins. He notices you, looks up from the page, and gives you an amiable nod. Tell me about yourself. I'm from Teldor. I began serving Nethys from a very young age. I swept the temple, dusted the books, and I studied. I dreamed of becoming a Theurge, but for whatever reason, no matter how well I performed magic or how devoutly I prayed, I could never combine those two strengths. And then I came across Mirmir's book about the application of magic and the struggle against the demons, and her words revealed a great secret to me, that faith is dead without deeds, that anyone who seeks knowledge for its own sake, or power, or glory, will not achieve anything unless they direct it toward a worthy purpose. I renounced Nethys and swore myself to Iomedae. I crossed an entire continent to meet Lady Mirmir and asked her to take me on as a student, and it was here, in this accursed land, fighting against the forces of the abyss, that I finally realized the true purpose of magic and prayer. I became a Theurge because I finally had a reason to become one. Tell me about your order. Our order devotes itself to mystical research and the pursuit of secret knowledge. We spend just as much time on spells as we do on prayers and weapon drills. At the end of the day, our enemy is not of this world, which means that to fight it, we need knowledge that is not of this world either. I can see that Mirmir the scholar means a lot to you. She's my teacher, Klaem responds simply. Without her, I wouldn't be who I am today. What are you reading? Klaem closes the book and shows you the cover. Selected passages from the letters of Saint Limerin. It's amazing how humble she was. She could have been the high priestess of the Church of Iomedae if she'd wanted to. Power was hers for the taking. But clearly it wasn't a temptation for her. Reading these letters, I understand why Iomedae made Limerin one of her servants after she died. How can you help us when we attack the Great Garrison? There is one ritual that we've been waiting to test for a long time. If it works as it should, we can offer you an effect similar to a haste spell, not for a handful of seconds, but for scores of minutes, maybe even hours. I have to go. Be careful. Our foes like to pretend to be our friends. Awesome. Move that. Right. You know what? Well, look who it is! The Tiefling raises a hand in greeting. Who would have thought that I ended up at the Crusader army? Go figure. Remind me again, who are you? We're called the Tieflings. We kind of skirt around the edges of the law. That's how we make our living. Some say tyrant bans books that sell stuff you don't like, or fancy your own and wine you don't drink. Is it wrong if we step in to fill the gap in the market? If there's a demand for it, someone's got to sell it. Did Irabeth accept you? With open arms. She knows exactly who I am and where I'm from, but she's come down with a convenient case of amnesia where I'm concerned. And who could blame her? The city's in a bad way. You don't turn down help in a situation like this, no matter what quarter it comes from. How can you help us when we attack the Great Garrison? I'll tell you straight. We're not getting involved in any fighting. Warriors, we ain't. But we can scout, sneak right under the demons' noses, look for traps and hidden doors. In other words, we can smooth the paths for your whole operation. And then all you have to do is go in there and dump off the demons. Nothing to it. I'm going now. See you. Good luck out there. Don't get trapped under any rubble now. All right. Let's move forward. We'll drop Camellia for just a second. Get Woljev. Now we just need to clear up the other side quests that are here, and then we can go ahead and attack the Great Garrison. So let's start with Woljev's. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. basement is dark and dank, and you are immediately struck by the hostility of the gathered tieflings. 5 of them are kneeling along the wall, separate from the rest. The tall woman, who had been cleaning her fingernails with the tip of her knife, greets you with narrowed eyes. Brother Woljev, you got my message then. Sorry I couldn't swing by sooner, dear sister Kerismei. It was just one thing after another. First I was in shackles, next, well no, I was still in shackles, and I was being watched, and then the chief got me out, and I came here straight away. I knew you'd been waiting on me. Enough talking, or else we'll be here all night. So, we had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods, and leave. Even if the neighbors called the guards, there was time to get away. But what happened? That bitch Irabeth showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Somebody betrayed us, and I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick. Do you think Woljev knows the name of the traitor? Kerismei turns to you. He speaks? I thought Woljev only brought you so he'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. Yes, he knows the name of the traitor. Every gang that Brother Woljev has been a part of has very quickly come to an end. Their hideout location was passed to the guards, or their competitors found out where they could ambush them. Woljev is the only one who always comes out smelling of roses. If you think about it, you'll come to the same conclusion as us. Kerismei is burning. Why are you squabbling here instead of fleeing the city? Kerismei purses her lips. I'd be glad to leave, like the rest of my brothers and sisters, but in the family, there's nothing worse than betrayal, and it's something we do not forgive. We don't forgive anyone who lets traitors off the hook either. If I don't find the rat, my superiors, let's just say I wish I was burning in Kerismei. I want to keep living, so I'm going to take a chance. Until I find out who the traitor here is, no one is leaving. Woljev, tell us your side of the story. What happened? What's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Kerismei got 6 of us together in this very basement. Me and those 5 over there, I mean. Woljev jerks his head toward the 5 tieflings sitting, kneeling by the wall. She rounds us off and she says we've got a score. Ancient trees and wonders. The one place nobody's ever been able to hit. The place is guarded by a golem. But now, a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession, along with a tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny, so we're in. And the most important thing was that none of us was to be hanging about the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. This job was top secret. That's all true so far. Go on. We did everything right with the locks and the golem. I picked the lock. I remember it clear as day. Sister Dana was on lookout. Brother Melroom had the scroll. Dolphy, Tavi, and Varner brought the sacks. We covered the windows and lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in a sack, and one right expensive one rolled away from me. I crawled under the table after. The next thing I know, Irabeth was there. Everybody scampered, but I was still under the table. Not my finest moment. I was going to wait it out, but those blockheads were dragging me by my tail and put me in shackles. It took all my rings off me, about 20,000 worth. And to add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. So they caught you. Poor thing. Stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything. Kerismei is pointedly polishing her knife. Where's the moon of the abyss, Brother Woljev? What is the moon of the abyss? It was an amulet. It used to sit on a little cushion in the window of Ancient Trees and Wonders. Sterling silver, sparkled like a star. Fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon, a crescent, a waning moon. And in the middle there was a dark crystal, like it was eclipsing the moon. Old man Philemon was so proud of that amulet. He used to say, I'll never sell it. It's the jewel of my collection. Woljev sighs unhappily. I used to go there to see what kinds of treasure there were in the world. There was nothing else to look at in Kerismei. People used to claim it was a powerful thing, but who's to say? If you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have guards on you the second you tried to fix it. Everybody knew that you were always hanging around Ancient Trees and Wonders, drooling over the moon of the abyss. Did you think you could swipe it and all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope that we'd be locked up and you get off scot-free and with a fancy trinket to boot? Don't take me for a mug, Woljev. I see right through you. Why would Irabeth arrest her own informant? Took the words right out of my mouth. It doesn't make any sense. If I was the rat, I'd have kissed her on the hand and been long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fella, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family? So the fish and Sella can have a nice Welcher-sized dinner? The Moon of the Abyss is a pretty bauble, to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It ain't worth dying over. You knew Irabeth's people would protect you. You knew you could pin the moon going missing on them. And now you've come here with backup. You knew exactly what I was going to say to you. Only problem is, nobody's returned the amulet to Filament. Are you giving Irabeth a cut? Is that it? Have you seen her? Do you think she'd take a cut of anything I offered her? She can't be bought. She's like 3 heralds of Iamade all rolled into one. He speaks the truth. You'll find some knights who'll take bribes. I'm sorry to say, but Irabeth Tirbe isn't one of them. Go on, Woljif. That's the whole sorry story. Woljif crosses his arms, looking affronted. Some family this turned out to be, it's just a name in the end. In a real family, people take care of each other if they were. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the Moon of the Abyss. What am I going to do with it? You can't sell it to no Crusaders. It's a special item. You can't wear it, it'll get nicked. That's pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty. If it's that important to you, Sister Kerismei, I'll find it, and I'll drag that traitor here by his horns, just so you know you don't end up at the bottom of selling. But do you know what you're going to owe me for that? An apology. Right here in front of everyone. You're going to apologize loud and clear so everybody hears it. You'll say, sorry, Woljif, you're a good guy, and I was wrong about you. Fine. You're one of my people, which is why I'm going to give you some time. But if you run, Brother Woljif, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if the family's come for you. You'll have no peace, but one day you'll be tired of running. You'll stop to catch your breath, and that is when we'll get you. Got that? You have a way with words, Sister Kerismei. A way that almost made me wet myself, but a way nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll go chat to that scary girl, Irabeth. She knows you a little. We can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. We'll find the real traitor. And I'll get my apology. Onward to Irabeth, Chief. Let's go clear my good name. Root out the traitor, but be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons. Awesome. All right. Back to Irabeth. Do-do-do. Awesome. Woljif's quest is actually one that I enjoy the most in this game. I think his side quest is really well done. It seems like the entire thing is in there. I mean, there could be some additional quests of his in Acts 5 and 6, but if they left it off where you are in Act 4, I think it would still be very satisfactory. I thank you for saving the esteemed citizens of Kennebreth, even though not all of them deserve to be saved. May Iamade forgive my words. Irabeth casts a meaningful look at Count Arende, sitting at a nearby table. I don't really mean that, of course. I just never fail to be astounded by the way that good people seem to perish, while the not so good prove to be incredibly, amazingly enduring. Even so, actually, what's your problem with Darian? Is there bad blood between you two? Oh no, nothing like that. I think he dislikes all paladins equally. But the real question is, who does he like? Only his hanger-ons, I'd wager. The Count has a certain reputation in Mendev. He's not a pleasant individual by any means, but he's not known for any particular villainy either. The Count enjoys a life of leisure, surrounded by a gaggle of sycophants who are always eager to badmouth the Queen at his command. He likes settling scores, too. There was a hero of the First Crusade, Sir Lant, a kind and honest man. After the end of his glorious career as a soldier, he became a wise mentor to the younger generation. He ran afoul of the Count somehow, perhaps by lecturing him about his idle lifestyle and a lack of purpose. When Sir Lant died, the Count managed to buy a portion of his estate and ordered the knight's helmet to be reforged into a chamber pot. And, of course, he didn't keep his little joke private. The Queen was particularly affronted by it, because Sir Lant used to be her most loyal comrade in arms. I was there receiving an assignment from Her Majesty and witnessed the exact moment she found out about the helmet's fate. It's a small thing, but I could see the Queen's anguish at the travesty that had been made of her friend's legacy. That's what our Count is like as a person. And as for his talent for survival, do you know the story of Heaven's Edge? He was the only member of his family to escape with his life when the demons unleashed a magical plague at their Arende estate. Could you tell me more about the events at Heaven's Edge? I don't know all the details. It happened a while ago, back when I was a mercenary and had nothing to do with Cannibers. I only knew that there was a grand feast in honor of Darren's birthday, and all his relatives were invited along with a few other distinguished guests. Everyone died from a mysterious disease someone had unleashed on the estate, including the servants, the guards, and a number of clerics and paladins. But the young Count survived, because of his healing ability, I suppose. Darien does possess an unusually brilliant talent, even if the application of his skills leaves much to be desired. Irabeth scowls. Why is he trying to provoke the Queen? Who knows? Could be some family matter. The Count is Her Majesty's cousin, twice removed or something like that. But I think he simply enjoys infuriating people. Crusaders and Iomede's servants especially. Thank you for telling me this. My pleasure. I'm sorry you had to endure my grumbling. Watching these things happen in my city has put me in a foul mood. The Tower of Estrad has been cleared of demons. Great. The places where the demons have gathered need to be cleared one by one. Then they won't be able to stab us in the back when we take on the great garrison. Thank you for your service. There's a traitor I'm trying to track down. Who is your informant among the Tieflings? Irabeth arches her brow in surprise. Kenabris is threatened by a demon horde, and you have enough spare time to help out thieves? Irabeth sighs. I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of a dark alley, handed me the note, and disappeared. Irabeth hesitates as she tries to remember. He had a cloak with a hood masking his face, but the horns, the long horns, didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian golem in Ancient Trees and Wonders, the shop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact, so you could interrogate the thing and find out what it saw. The code word is Hand of Irori. The shop's owner must have escaped, but there's a chance you'll get lucky with the golem. I have to go. Go. May Iomedae keep you safe. Awesome. All right, good progress made.
Carry me.
And I think that's enough for one day. I hope all of you enjoyed the session. If you did, please go ahead and leave me a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.